Live, boys. Look at this guy. Go. Watch him whack this
He
peasant
means
up.
business.
Look at him, Speedy Gonzalez, that shit.
3 pans, 2 hands. Alright.
One hit.
So SPQR's got halberd, Zweihander, spear, archer, and a horse boy.
The red team's already made pretty fast progress over here at the sawmill. They've gone for like a very thin but spread out offense, and it's kind of working dividends for them. They've kind of gotten some of the more difficult peasants to Gnarly Pimp is just throwing knife his teammate.
I was loving the strat from Aztec there with the 3 pans. What a big boy. Let him go.
This duel is still going on inside the stable room.
Let's go Doge. Unlucky.
Oh, I love to see that. We got a Vluten Platimir on the horse, but as I say that, he gets killed. You love a shirtless horseman.
Will Aztec finish off Peasant with the torch? Will he do it? Will he? Oh no. Oh, he's missed his throw. Oh. Mate. We can spectate Aztec here. He's doing a fine show dodging this horseman right now. Oh, look at him get bullied. Oh my God. 4
He's
HP.
doing surprisingly well for a weapon with like 6 inches of range. Who knew that to defeat cavalry all you need to frying pan?
New every day.
Look at him go.
Aztec's a monster.
Still 4 HP. He's gonna finish him off. Oh, he does it. Oh no.
It's like Gordon Ramsay's great-great-grandfather fighting in the medieval wars or something. Weapon of choice, frying pan. We got a guy in the ballista, or the catapult. I'm not sure what he's shooting at exactly.
Look at this guy go. What a naked
He
hell.
dropped the peasant with the kata.
He's got a bardache on his back. I wonder how he's holding that weapon.
It's a very spread apart offense and defense. It's kind of strange. There's like little pockets of fights going on everywhere. There's not really a coherent push going on from the offense.
Yeah, I don't think there's any strats involved. Yeah, it's just like there's 1v1s, bit of like lone players going around,
But they're not
torching up
getting
buildings.
offense. This archer duel happening right next to the sawmill.
Oh, look at them go.
Samson wins.
Aztec emerges out of red spawn. You know the defense is in danger when Aztec shows up on the scene with 3 frying pans.
Look at
They
him
should
go.
have dual buildings in this game.
He's in a 3. Oh, oh, look throw from Aztec. What a gamer. Will we get this star torch?
What an actual chat.
Last 4, so 1 more peasant is all they need now.
Look at him go. He's been uncontested right now in the back lines. Oh, and they've completed the first objective.
I don't know whether to laugh or cry that the most impactful player on the offense is a guy running around with pans. I don't really know how to react to this. Let's see if he switches it up or if he opts for the stick. No, he does switch it up. Okay, he's just going for a straight up great sword build. So again, the offense looks like they're kind of they're kind of coalescing down here on the bottom. Aztec is just a little bit ahead of his teammates.
SPQR has MILF Waifu on the Warden, and who's their man?
He's alone too.
The Warden is screwed, dude. Isn't it? Oh, this is team. What is SPQR doing falling down in the well? Oh, the Warden's holding the red team off, but...
Well,
God,
that didn't end as bad as it could have been. I mean, MILF Wifeit was by himself at the start of that full push. So.
The thing is, now they have to decide if him at half health is worth saving. If they can easily take out half health with just 1 push like that, is he worth saving?
Oh, we got tracked.
So, I guess the answer is yes.
Well, it'd be interesting.
Going on up in the castle area. Oh, alright.
It'd be interesting to see if they're trying to kill the Warden or if they want to get him down to like maybe a quarter HP or maybe 10 HP so that then they can go focus on the commander and leave the Warden there. That's a pretty common strategy in NA, I know, so let's see if that's what they're going for here.
Yeah, that is like the
Oh, unlucky from Imp who wasn't able to survive his 1v8. Got a good little tunnel run here with Rats and SPQR defending their warden. Oh, Sam kick. Very nice from him.
I'm a huge fan of this play. SPQR has given their warden a spear, and when you have a big team fight going on, like your team is actually defending you, being able to have that warden actually be helpful in the fight while not be in any danger of losing HP is a really good move. You know, it's a very tight area down there, so just having a wrestling weapon with a ton of range is like a really good suit, I think.
Yeah, I gotta say, SPQR really held off defending their warden there. Sam, I'll give credit to him for doing those little flanking maneuvers in the tunnels. Oh, but we've got Rats here making a comeback. Well, I think the warden's under pressure now.
Yeah, the warden's in a rough spot.
Gamble.
Ooh,
Just
he's
gamble.
on off though.
Repost chamber.
Let's
Yeah,
go,
yeah.
warden. Oh, unlucky. Aztecs finished him off. Oh, and he gets back.
Meanwhile, the king is under pressure right now by a man with the wooden club. AKA
Let's
the
go,
peasant
Commander.
evening star.
Got Sam here providing cover. Oh, nice shot. Good
Okay.
assist. Alright, I wonder what Rats are going to do here for this next play. Are they going to bring out the catapult? I wonder.
Very interesting to me to see that there isn't really a builder being used on the defense side. Builders can really make the offense's job a lot harder. They're just kind of trying to play a game of keep away, which can be done. You know, it can work.
Oh, Zaire just goes right behind Doge and just smashes him in the back of the head with the molly. I had no idea it was coming.
I'm watching a little 1v1 going on here with Gnarly Imp. Unfortunately, he lost his duel against Rogi. If we can get a caveman to finish off the commander, we'll get him in the caster seat, I reckon. Got the little commander running away while a 1vx is happening.
Oh,
This
straight
guy
up.
try his best to survive that. Well, here we've got Imp again. Oh, he's on the run.
I feel like the offense is trolling a little bit, and they should actually be kind of careful, because once it gets down to the 7 or 8 minute mark, that becomes a relatively competitive time. They're kind of just like trickling in and using troll builds, so I definitely would be a little careful, you know. If you get down to 10 minutes.
They are winning their fight. Commander is in a bit of a sticky situation if Rats will push the tower, but it seems like they're not.
They're winning their fights, but they're not getting much damage on King. It's still at 89 health.
Yeah.
So winning their fights doesn't matter if the defending team just
Yeah.
respawns and keeps fighting them. They've had almost zero pressure on the King, other than the naked man with the club.
Who did 11 damage, you know, he's still very healthy. And
He
the
did
thing
a
is,
bit less. There was one
Oh,
arrow
we've got
that hit
Cable
him.
here with the flank. Oh, the
he
King's
does
fault.
jump. He's completely safe though, apart from a man with a club.
Here we go. 1v1. Let's go, Caveman. He's gonna win
taking
this.
damage, but if
Oh!
the club man had a war axe,
Look
the
at him
damage
go!
would be insane.
The recurve. Sam's doing a really good job playing as the archer here for SPQR. Will Kev get the flank in? Oh, the commander's being smart and dropping the tower.
He's smart. I mean, he's kiting them well. It's one of the strats. You just keep running around and rotating. If your team's there to defend the other exits and to clear out the way, you can just keep rotating for the whole game. So they're
Interesting
playing this surprisingly well.
Yeah, it must be said though that the offense is still deciding
Trolling.
to trickle. Well, they're trolling, but they're also trickling. So they're not really even giving themselves the best chance with their builds nor their strategy. They're just kind of running in, you know. And we're getting down to that 10-minute mark. You know, anything below 10 minutes, and all of a sudden you've got a relatively competitive game here. So
I think the strategy right now is just rat build. Just one man for all. Doing whatever it is. No strats. Just try and kill and see if they get lucky. At this point, it doesn't seem like they have any solid strategy. Unlike SPQR who are really defending their commander well.
well, even SPQR's defense would be completely countered by catapult. I mean, a catapult would completely, just even the threat of a catapult would take these top of the towers out of the equation.
Alright, there's a 2v2 happening in the tower. Now he is with his club. All the commanders are being pressured right
Stop
now.
running, turn
on
around.
Aztec.
Left is the Kata. They ended up taking that Kata. This strat would not be working as well. But he's getting the advantage of the height. It just takes them so much longer to get to the king. Just can constantly rotate, just jump straight off. With that Kata in play, this match would change. Like now we're approaching 9 minutes 30 seconds. Like you said, we're getting to a more competitive time.
Yeah, I mean they were kind of steamrolling them, or not steamrolling, but they were making really great time. And now it's just kind of become, you know, another minute or two passes, all of a sudden, SPQR might be the favorite.
Yeah, this could be a winnable game actually. So
I wonder if, I wonder if the caveman build would, since he's speedy enough, he could make it into the catapult in time, unlike the other players who are running really heavy builds.
I think at this point in time, the time you would have to invest to bring the catapult would, it's almost not worth it at this point, because that would take another minute or two, I would think.
They should have done it at the beginning of the phase, set it up in position just in case they needed it. As soon as this attack phase started, they should have brought the Kata in position and just in case. But now that they're approaching 8 minutes 30 seconds, I mean, they're in a rough spot.
Yeah, I don't think rats understand that this is a pretty, like the timer right now that they've got to really change their strategy.
Yeah, they had a strong first phase, but it slowed down so much with these, like, I guess you could say semi-trolley builds and all this tripling. It looks like they're kind of moved up to the zone now, but they're not taking the advantage they could be having.
Ooh, Trax was in zone there, but unfortunately we were able to get a hit on the commander as he dropped that. Yeah, you can see the commander's just now going into the other tower. Gonna rinse and repeat the same thing. Drop down, take no fall damage.
Oh, he's taking damage. He got stabbed. He's lucky only one of those hit.
Even still though, he gets away only taking about 8 damage there, so I mean, really, he was getting pushed by 3 people. That's kind of a good outcome. I want to see the rats stop trickling. I mean, they're just constantly going in. As soon as they spawn, they hoof it right to the first point of entry, and they're just getting kind of chopped down. Even if they win their fights, there's just no impact to be had there, really. Also, there is a way to counter what SPQR is doing. Basically, if you send like 4 people to push a tower that the king is at and leave a person or 2 on the ground waiting for the drop, you can actually just kind of gank the king when he drops, but they're not really doing that.
I reckon they're going for the finisher, where no catapults are needed here, and just finishing one-on-one, man-to-man. Especially if they've got the caveman. I want us to a finisher for the caveman with his club.
Well, it has to be said too. I mean, we've said a couple times that they're winning their fights. They're kind of not though. There's only one player on their team who's doing even remotely decent. That's Trax, and he's 14 and 13. You know.
Aztec with the jump. Nicely done. He's in a 1v8 right now. Will he survive this? Oh, he's in a 1v3. Look at him go.
Unfortunately, though,
this is approaching time where it could be easily lost by a team that just has some sort of slight coordination with their offense instead of all the trickling as we mentioned before. Like at this point, 6 minutes, even if the first phase is slow, if they play together, the chances of them winning are quite high now. This is not good time anymore. It was, not anymore.
especially because if you're taking their offense as any kind of sign of what their defense will be like, you can't imagine that their defense will be too terribly coordinated from what we've seen from their offense. So, however, that being said, the commander is kind of stuck down here, though. He is kind of getting cornered right now. He does have a protector, and he makes a good escape.
He's just climbing up. That's it. He's climbing up. He's going to be left in what? I think it's a 1v1, but look, he's opting to rotate. So it looks like he's about to win the duel. He's not winning the duel. He's getting kicked down by the battle axe, the fire axe. Okay. Battle axe came in. The door closed was definitely clutch. Firepot kind of cut him out of there. Now he's going to climb right back to the top of the tower, and he's safe.
He still has 38 HP, so he's not like a glass cannon at this. He's still got a little bit of health to deal with if he gets into a fight. I gotta say, Lucas is actually doing quite a good job with being the commander. Like, he seems like he's very aware of his routes. He's not really getting caught off, even when a lesser player probably would. I mean, he's doing...
No, yeah, we gotta give Lucas props right now. He's playing Commander extremely well. There's a lot of Commander players that do not play this way or this well. He's doing it extremely well. He's kiting, he's playing with his team. Looks like his team's actually communicating where they are. He keeps grouping with them, waiting for an opening, and then running towards that opening and taking it. So he's doing really well there. I won't say surprised. I'm glad that we have a good commander player. We see a lot of matches end short because the commander just falls off. This is not the case. This is the opposite in fact. 4 minutes, 35 seconds now. Their time is not good anymore.
I've heard a few players in NA say that when they're the commander, they like to go third person because it just gives you that extra bit of situational awareness that you can't really get in first person. So, I mean, I don't know if that's actually what's going on here or if their communication is just that good, but we're definitely seeing a very competitive time. I mean, I would almost even say they might be the favorites at this point.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. He does take some damage there. He jumps the woodhouse. He's okay. Polak's boy coming in. Aztec gives him another hit. He is ragdolled.
Oh, 9
again.
HP.
It's okay. 4 minutes. This is great time. He's gonna hide again.
Even if he dies right now, he put his team in good shape.
I'd say really good shape at this point. This is insane time.
And it's all because Rats have never adapted. They have never made a push on the tower while keeping people down below to counter the drop. The strategy is hard to contend with, though. They do need to change the commanders dropping like that.
Did it,
Teammate, I was
isn't
waiting
there
for
a
that
plan to
copy.
do that, where he actually takes damage?
I heard about that like a month and a half ago, though, when I was still playing, so...
Yeah, we're coming up to the 3-minute mark now. 3 minutes left to the.
Oh no!
the map.
No! The king has a tail!
Let's go, Aztec.
There's
Will he get the
King's
finish
there.
to move?
There's another fight. Battle Axe Boy as Pebble straight in his face, and he goes down 3 minutes 6 seconds.
Goes down to
What great
Pebble.
time compared to the first phase. First phase ended in what? Maybe 3 minutes into the first phase.
Something like that. It was 12 something. Yeah, that was very well played from Lucas there. I mean,
That was
apart from-
nuts. You have indeed cut off, Muffmeister.
Yeah,
Oh,
you kinda
I've been booted.
lagged out.
Every time the map switches in this server, or the round switches, I get booted. So.
Ah, right, yeah. That's unfortunate for you fellas. Up in the States.
I still don't even see
Lagging
the
out.
server.
Hey, how's the stream, by the way, guys? It's not choppy or anything, is it?
Yeah, how's the stream, guys? How we doing?
Hi, lads.
Because we can easily switch streamers if it's choppy. It's good? Alright, cool. Just wanted to make sure.
I'm not seeing the server anymore. I don't know what happened.
SPQR have not lost a defense ever. You what, mate?
What I want to see is, you know, obviously their offense was pretty uncoordinated and it gave them a pretty not good time. I wonder if they still have some understanding of how to play this defense and if they'll make like a bit of a comeback on their defensive side, or if just simply having better teamwork and strategies was going to pull the SPQR squad ahead.
Well, even if they pull a good defense, 3 minutes 6 seconds. That's a lot of time, and a lot of time to go wrong, and a lot of time to go wrong against a team that's communicating as well as they were. So it's hard to say, but I'm starting to think that we've swapped favorites here with the play.
And we're live.
So Rats, what they've got to hold out is more than 3 minutes to win this game. Is that what Rats have to do?
Well, on the first stage, yeah, but then they have to make up. I mean, you know, SPQR held for a long time, so it's going to be difficult, especially on the second stage. But if Rats has any hope of winning this, they need to hold off probably till the 9-minute mark on the first stage, maybe 10-minute mark, fight into that deficit a little bit, you know? And then they need to have basically an equally good defense. It's just not happening, really. I mean, there's already progress being made on these objectives by SPQR. Oh, I've got my team swapped, I'm sorry.
It's definitely going to be a sight to see. Overlay, by the way.
Overlay is very nice.
Yeah, I'll switch out in a
That's
sec.
over here.
The rats are kind of winning the engagement at farm, which is good news, but if I'm not mistaken, there's a rat over... Nope, never mind, he's down.
We've got Lucas on the horse here. I reckon he's going to do some damage against the peasants around the map. He's already picked off 2. Oh, he's got his throwing knives out.
We're also seeing Traxxas just cleave through these rats in like one shot is why, and there's so many of them. They are coming around towards mid hut, or L house, or mid house, whatever you call it. There's a bunch of names. They're going towards sawmill. They have complete dominance over the sawmill right now, it looks like. So there's nobody there. We just got MILF waifu popping in, trying to maybe grab a torch there, cop a little torch. The mid objective he was getting parried. Now it's like almost a 4v1. He's gonna get fucked. Maybe he's a big distraction on the right side. It depends on how coordinated they are.
Meanwhile, Lucas is just mopping up these peasants like he's a janitor, making his 3rd or 4th pass now on the stable peasants.
Yeah.
If I'm the captain of SPQR here, I'm just basically telling my boys to rush in together just to get the objectives done. Don't worry about making breakneck speed and, you know, going off one by one. You know, just make slow, steady pushes all together. Take high probability fights.
Especially when you have Lucas taking out all the I guess you could say the dirty work, just taking all that out of the job there, just focusing on the peasants. They almost don't even have to care about peasants at this point. They don't. They just need torches now. They should just be battling.
And even with that being said, the last peasant is actually wide out in the open there at the sawmill. So the first time they actually managed to take that. In fact, the catapult almost just killed it there. I'm sure a follow-up shot will probably get rid of that peasant. However, the rats are kind of mopping up this fight in the middle, though. I mean, SPQR, they're not really taking my advice, even though they can't hear it. They are kind of trickling more than they should be. And when you have a lot of time to work with, just play it safe. Take the high percentage fights. Just go in together and force your way into one certain part of the map and branch out from.
Yeah, rats are doing a really good job right now defending the huts and the fire pits.
Oh, the jab straight.
javelin.
Yeah, I think SPQR might be getting a little greedy with their time, saying, you know what, we can just trickle this out, finish this as quick as possible. But trickling and doing it like that is not the quickest way. That's the thing. It's a mentality thing. You picture getting into that fight and doing work makes the objective faster. It does not. You need to be there with your team.
Yeah, because I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm just looking at Samsam here. He's isolated by himself with the bow, and he's not really playing the objective. So you can tell that SPQR are trickling in at this stage, because you can tell even by time, and they're just losing their 1v8s, their 1v1s.
Yeah,
maybe they're more of a defensive team. They just play better on the defense. There's teams like that in NA. There's teams like that in every region. One side, they just play a lot better than the other side.
Like,
we say that, but they've won farm.
Yeah.
They're getting the damage out, and like we said, all the peasants are done. They just need to keep torching. Doge should be torching with him.
Finally, some progress.
They should be prioritizing the fires in. They shouldn't be fighting. Whatever chance they get to get any fire, any torches onto any building.
They can easily go just 2 rats in the full fight, have 4 men hold off the fight as the 2 rats just completely burn everything during the fight. Even if they lose, that's 2 of the torches, that's almost enough. Even if they get more than that, the objective's done at this point.
Starting to see a little bit more team fighting coming in. They're still trickling more than I would like, but they are contesting these fights a bit better.
What SPQR is making a mistake of doing right now is actually going for fights when they should be focusing on trying to get those torches onto those buildings as fast as possible.
Rogi's actually snuck behind enemy lines, though. He gets a couple torches off on that little shack there. He actually misses one, which is a huge waste of time.
Yeah, that's a huge waste of time. That torch, I was looking at the objective meter and it didn't go down.
Lots of speed.
Oh, that's 2 down
like
for SPQR.
Now they're going for this rat strat where they're kind of splitting around. They're trying to just, you know, not be able to tell. Look, they have 3 men on Sam's side right now, and the other man. They should just push the right side as much as they can now. But instead, they're going in to support the fight. They should just be rats going for the torches as this fight's happening. Rogi should be straight to the right side doing torches. Instead, he's coming to help fight. That's not the play.
Lucas should be going at the back of the map right now and getting torches with the speed that he's got on the horse. Making plays.
Milf
Trying to
Waifu does have an
speed up.
opening though.
Yeah, but he's just gonna get surrounded at this point by tracks. He's just
No,
coming up
you're
on him.
completely right though. Lucas should be on that horse going straight to the
Yeah.
torch.
He's piss fighting around on the horse. He's not really making any plays.
There's no impact there.
Yeah.
He's just
And
a
he
presence
just
that
like
they can
getting up.
ignore.
Yeah. Now blue
Here we
team
go, here
have
we
the
go.
horse.
SPQR
Oh.
should be torching. They're going for 2v1s. Why? Go for the torches.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it just seems right now rats are just winning their fights right now.
Why isn't Rogi going for mid hut with the torch? Did you see that? He just went around
Yeah,
stables, but the mid hut hasn't been touched. He could have won the objective right there by throwing it at mid hut, but he threw. Oh no! Oh no! They had such a good spot, but they're just not playing the first objective how they should be.
They're this close too. Oh, sorry there, Quan. Whenever you're playing on this stage too, what you can do is just send 5 people to push one side, send one guy on a horse to just get off the horse, and then use the other, pyre when it's not contested. They're not really using their horse as like a movement enhancer. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
No, it does,
that-
but this is the second pure throw that's happened. They had Rogi just completely ignore the mid hut, though he walked right next to it and went to throw the torch at Sawmill for whoever knows why. And before on the right side, right next to L House, there was a 4v2 and they kept going for 2v1s instead of going for the torch.
What do you think, Quan? Do you think it's too far gone, or do you think if they get it in the next minute, it's still recoverable? I mean, they do have a lot of time to work with on the second.
Yeah, the thing is they're gonna work with 10 minutes if they get this objective, and knowing that they've got to take out they've got to take out the commander and the warden, and seeing how rats are playing right now, winning their duels and winning mostly the engagements, I don't see SPQR winning these, to be honest.
Look at this, Rogi again going straight for the fight. Why?
Yeah. Alright, we've got
Why?
Sam. He might be able to get the... Oh. Yeah, alright, they've got the objective,
There
finally.
we go. Okay, 11 minutes. They have about, what, 7
minutes. Exactly 7
minutes?
All right, now
Actually, 8 minutes.
Now I'm
So-
gonna change the overlay. That was a long half. Sorry about that, guys.
They have almost exactly 8 minutes. The time was 3:06 from the.
Yep, 306.
Yep. Now, please, SPQR, do more pushes as a team. Stop trickling. If they lose this game, it will be because they threw it, because they trickled so much and they didn't
Yeah.
use the horse to get behind enemy lines and attack that underneath fire. There's a lot for them to learn from this game. We do have a flank from Milf Waifu.
Hopefully they're watching. There were those 2 misplays that definitely slowed them down by about 2.5 minutes. Just those 2 misplays.
Oh, we've got the warden stuck in the room. Oh.
Doge just cut off. Doge is just staring at the wall. Really good strat here. Warden is kind of still trapped here. If you keep him trapped, he's got a rat on him now. Doge is going to go down to Mr. Question Mark Boy.
Well, I'd love to see this now. SPQR, they're like, okay, we just did half damage to the warden. Looks like they're going to try to go for a fast blitzkrieg without being seen. Now, what happens in NA all the time is people do voice commands while you're making these plays, and the damn commander doesn't even have to see you. So if these guys would just shut up, they'll catch this guy off.
As you can see from Rat's side, though, they've got 2 players who have not died yet. They've got the commander who's on 21-0. Oh.
They're
Trax
doing
in
okay.
Guys, I just looked at the scoreboard. Trax is 21-0 with 4 assists. Actually popping off. Let me see the scoreboard real quick, Skills. Yes. Look at
Yeah,
this.
Pebble with the 8-0. Trax with the 22-0.
Big
Very
engagement here. Rats popping off though on this engagement. Aztec takes down 2 with a poleaxe. This is I was not expecting this type of turn for this match. They threw the first half. SPQR.
Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves though, because within the first 2 minutes of their offense, they've done 50% damage to the Warden and about 25 or so to the Commander. Actually,
Indeed.
a little bit more. So they're actually keeping decent pace. If they keep this same relative pace, I think they'll be okay. But they have to keep this kind of pace.
No, yeah. If they keep this pace, I'd say they have it for sure. It's the question of can they. It's such an inconsistent first phase. It's gonna be tough to tell, but looks like they're popping off over here.
Let the Warden go. Look
See,
at him
now
go
they're
with the
spawn
stabs.
waves,
Get off my fucking lawn, mate. Gnarly imp with the shield and mace. Look at him. He's got this position held.
Man,
I'd
look
say
at
at
broken
this point
spawn.
they should 6-man rush King. They should ignore Warden, I think, at this health.
They just gotta,
Yeah.
whatever they do, they just gotta do it together, man. Why do they keep trickling and splitting, man? I don't understand SPQR.
Maybe they're super big brain. We'll see, but right now it's not looking that way.
Well, they've got about 5 minutes, a little less than 5 minutes to completely wipe out both. They've got the Warden on half, and they do have a pretty good push coming in onto the Commander now.
Oh, they're dropping the
Oh,
Warden.
okay,
Oh,
here
look
we
at
go.
this.
Warden's
Look at them
fucked
trickling
right
in.
now, I'm not gonna lie. Warden should
Nah,
be
look.
fucked. They all fell down the well.
Yeah,
Dude, they...
Good plays. Good plays from Rat there for opening up that trapdoor.
Oh my god, dude.
Trickled down.
They actually did about
Ragdoll.
20% damage to him, though. So although that was pretty terrible for how it could have
In terms
gone.
of time, yeah, exactly. In terms of time, I mean that 20% damage is gonna be the factor.
Especially because how terrible that went versus how it could have gone. I mean, they could have just won the Warden right there, but Gnarly Imp looking like a bit of a porcupine with about 3 trillion arrows sticking out of his shield. Oh, the Warden should be dead. He should be done here.
Oh, he's trapped in here. He might win this though. Knowing Gnarly Imp 4, 3, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I cannot believe. Oh yes, that Gnarly Imp 4, 3, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, Gnarly Imp 4, 3, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, 8 is actually popping off right now.
Got a little bit of shit talk coming in from the blue team. He says, "Nice push," because they just got wiped. That is like demoralizing. They've got just a little over 3 minutes to get this going. Stop it! Oh no! Unbelievable scenes here. He misses his teammate with the maul and bangs his teammate's head off. This is the Warden. Sorry. Oh man,
I think this is good time to re-mention the fact that there were 2 misplays that delayed it by about 2 minutes 30 seconds that first phase. They could have given themselves another
Oh,
2.5
catapult
minutes
coming in.
this phase.
Oh, he's missed. Tracks up in the castle courtyard area, just chilling. That's what he's doing now.
SPQR may kill the Warden here. I think it's actually
might get a comeback.
it's actually kind of a mistake to give the Warden the shield though, because
Oh, the Warden's surrounded. Will he win these? Will he win these?
he should die. Okay, good.
Oh,
Okay.
Now please, SPQR, don't rush it. Don't run straight up to the Commander. Wait for your team to have a good coordinated push. They can get some easy flanks here from down below. All they have to do is take their time and don't freak out at the fact that they have 2 minutes.
well, we've got 5 minutes remaining, and for them, for
The thing is-
Rats to win this, they need 2 minutes to survive.
Yeah, they need to
Also
survive for
that.
about 2 minutes 10 seconds at this point, and the Cataboy is only keeping him off of the towers. At this point, they need to push with him. The Kata's not gonna hit the king. If he's on the back wall, the Kata should never hit the commander if he's playing well. So they definitely need to just get that
Well,
guy
might be a
off of the catapult and push him as hard as they can, or this is gonna be GG.
We might actually see a lucky catapult shot. Kobe shot from who's on the catapult right now?
They've actually decided to leave the catapult, which I think, I don't know how I feel. I mean, it's kind of a gamble to leave somebody on it.
Yeah, they really need the numbers right now.
Again, the trickles though.
Yeah,
Now they're
just
now
getting
they're
picked off.
spawn wave.
Alright, this is one final push from SPQR. Let's see if they win this engagement. We'll try and figure out something to win this. 'Cause they've only got like less than half a minute. left until Rats win this.
Yeah, they have to win this push.
Look at the overall scores between the rounds right now. Look at the progress though.
Yeah, SPQR definitely have a better idea of how to play. They're just not as mechanically skilled. I mean, that'd be supported by the scoreboard of both sides. Looks like the Rats are probably going to take this match. It's unfortunate. SPQR really had this in their hands and they kind of squandered it. Too much trickling. Just I honestly
Wait up! He's getting hit by Mall Boy.
Oh, Trax is in danger.
Oh, okay. He did get flanked and got a bit of damage on him. That was kind of pog, but I don't think it's not enough. He's still at 47 HP. It was a valiant effort, as we say. 20 seconds left. I think we can definitively say GG at this point.
Yeah, unfortunate SPQR weren't able to get the push. They were really doing well as defenders, but it seems like Rats here were just very strong in their engagements and were able to hold off the SPQR long enough to get the win.
For top frag, we have MILF Waifu and Gnarly Imp 4356756778.
Damn, look at the stats on that though. Just check the scoreboard.
Yeah, you need to pull up that scoreboard skills.
Jesus
It's definitely
Christ.
one-sided when it comes to just pure kills. Which, if you think about it, that's kind of an endorsement of SPQR. The fact that just their basic understanding of how to play this kind of made up a huge gap in skill. But this really could have been their match had they just trickled way too much on offense. If they go back and watch the VOD, I don't know if people do that in Oceania or whatever, but they'll definitely see lots of trickles and just missed opportunities.
Yeah, no, the missed opportunities, like I said, they could have had minimum 2.5 minutes of time back from these misplays where a few of them just ran past the torch objective that they should have just threw the torch at. They just ran past that house to torch another house when there was only one left. It was actually nuts. I'm not sure how that happened, but they need to definitely work on their first phase. The second phase isn't looking bad, but...
Alright, I'm having the other, give me a sec, fellas. We're having the other team join the server. Let's go to a good old duel yard real quick.